They're in 5th place. I think Jack Leith has held on a big slide there for the 2nd place man, Luke Rosewell. And for 3rd, they're touching as Matt Digby is under threat from Jeff Humphreys, who goes down the inside and goes through. So Jeff Humphreys up into 3rd place, and he got ahead of Matt Digby as they turned their way into 30. But up front, Adam Shepard is getting away, much like he has done for most of the season, pulling away there from Luke Rosewell. Matt Digby trying to fight back on the inside of Humphreys for P3. He can't make it though, so they stay in the same order. Down the Brabham Straight to start lap 2 of this 15-minute race. For 5th, Joe Jessup and Mark Balmer have both got past Jack Leeson at the start of this motor race as they turn their way then through Paddock Hill Bend, and all the 22 starters have got through one lap okay, but the second lap's gone very wrong there at Paddock Hill Bend. Couldn't quite work out who that was. We'll catch up on that in a moment. It looked like to the end of the top 10 there was a couple of cars going off the circuit. There's some touch in there in the background between Joe Jessup and Mark Balmer for 5th. I noticed, but up front Adam Shepard leads by a second after a lap from Luke Rosewell there in 2nd. 3rd, Jeff Humphreys getting away. You can see the big dust cloud in the background for the Paddock Hill Bend incident, which had involved 88, I think, Tristan Fletcher. He didn't lose too much time, but there you can see the 83 car, William Puttergill, is in the gravel and out of the race at Paddock. Such a shame for him. He was running in 10th place and was looking for his first top 10 finish of the season. So he yellows at Paddock, but it's Adam Shepard that leads and just sets a new lap record on the first flying lap of the race of 55.457, and he pulled out a lead of 1.3 seconds to Luke Rosewell. For 3rd, Jeff Humphreys is pulling away from Matt Digby quite significantly. Then Joe Jessup is 5th. 6th is Jack Leith. But we're going to have a interruption to this race because the safety car is coming out for that car off at Paddock Hill Bend of William Puttergill. So that lead of 1.3 seconds that Adam Shepard has is going to come to nothing. As you can see there, the MS3 safety car now slows the field up, will bunch them all back together while the marshals deal with that car of William Puttergill off at Paddock Hill Bend after that incident he had with Tristan Fletcher, although Fletcher didn't really lose too much time out of all that, where Puttergill is out of the race. So it is Adam Shepard then that leads. As I briefly said, he's already been claimed provisionally the champion of the 2021 season in the first ever championship season for the category, the Tegiwa Type R Trophy. Luke Rosewell looking here to be finishing 2nd in the championship for 2021. He has been a winner once, he's been 2nd once, but has mainly been finishing 3rd place over the course of the season. In 3rd place is Jeff Humphreys. He's 9th in the championship coming here to Brands Hatch. His best result has been a 5th place, so being here in 3rd, that's a good day for him to round off the season if it continues in the way it's going at the moment. His pace was pretty good there. It wasn't much slower than the top 2, so with the safety car we'll see if Humphreys can go after the leaders on the restart. Matt Digby is there in 4th place. He hasn't had a great season either. His best result has been 5th, so he's another driver like Humphreys looking for his best result of the season here. Joe Jessup, he sits 5th here. He's 5th in the championship. His best result has been a 4th. Behind him, Jack Leith. Both these drivers are novice drivers to circuit racing this year. And Joe Jessup, as I say, 5th in the championship. Jack Leith 4th coming here to Brands Hatch. But when drop scores are accounted for, it's actually Mark Palmer who's slightly in front of Leith and then Jessup. And Mark Balmer is sitting behind him here at Brands Hatch. So it's going to be a really tight battle for 4th in the championship, which should go to the race which takes place at the end of the day here at Brands Hatch. There's 10.5 minutes on the clock. Recovery is just about to begin, I see there at Paddock Hill Bend. So there's not going to be huge amounts of this race left once the safety car period is over, which is disappointing, I should think, for all our drivers. But I hope they get some more racing in here. There's no reason why they shouldn't really do. You can see the hard-working marshals here at Brands Hatch. Big thanks to all of them for giving up their day here at Brands Hatch and what is a very busy programme of not just racing but other events here on this Time Attack and Go Japan event. So a very different type of event for the competitors to be racing on to what perhaps they're used to. And a great crowd. You can see in the background there a car show going on basically at the same time as the race meeting. Lots of Japanese machines in the in the show there, as you'd expect, of course, and it's great to be showcasing the category in its first championship season to so many people. And if you're here today at Brands Hatch and want to get involved in racing, this is a great place to start. There's so many novice drivers out there. The 750 Motor Club this year put together a foundation program with Tegiwa, which helps drivers who had no experience get involved, helps them get through their RADS test, which is how you pass your licence to go racing, and then a full season of racing as well, all in one package. And that's been really popular. That's really helped the championship grow. We've had as many as 30 cars in a race this season. I think there's been nearly 40 registered drivers over the 2021 season. So it's been great to see how popular the Tegiwa Type R Trophy has been in its first full championship season. There you see car number 39, which is Warrick Ellis from Birmingham. He sits in 23rd position here, and I think it's another of those drivers having their first full season of racing this year and learning all the time. Lots of different tracks we've been to. We've been to both the Silverstone National and International circuits. Been to Croft, Snetterton and Anglesey before coming here to Brands Hatch. So lots of different types of track for the novice drivers to learn about, and they've all had a great time. People were saying in the paddock this morning they're really keen to come back again next year because they've enjoyed this season so much. Someone that's not a novice for sure is Adam Shepard, who's been so successful this season, and he's looking for another victory here today at Brands Hatch, a former champion in BMWs and Hondas. With the 750 Motor Club in the past. He's done some racing on the Toka package as well in Ginetta. He's been successful there and has had a super season in the Type R Trophy. Behind him, Luke Rosewell, returning to racing this year. He's been a single-seater racer in the past in Formula Ford machinery, raced in Monoposto, a race winner there, and getting used to front-wheel drive machinery this year. And he's done a great job being on the podium in 8 of the races this season, and the 2 he missed out on, he did finish 4th, so not far away at all. And then you've got the 2 former Stock Hatch racers with the 750 Motor Club in the past, Jeff Humphreys, who was a champion, Matt Digby, who won so many races. They sit there in 3rd and 4th, so you've got lots of experience at the front. But then you've got the first of the rookie drivers, Joe Jessup, in 5th, and then Jack Lees, who's come from rallying to be racing here this season. Then you've got Mark Barmer, a former Clio racer with the 750 Motor Club again. Tate Taverner, he's been racing in this category for a little bit. He did it when it was a series and now staying with it as a championship. In 9th place, you've got Mark Dicken, who's moved over from being successful in Hyundais and really finding how competitive this grid is, but it's been really enjoying it. He's 7th in the championships, had a best result of 6th, had a bit of an off in qualifying this morning, so only started 14th here, but has made his way up to 9th, so he's had a good opening part to this race. And in 10th position is Tristan Fletcher, who I think got his best result last time at Anglesey, and he's trying to replicate another top 10 finish here. But we're about to go back racing at Brands Hatch. There's about 6 minutes on the clock of this race, which is about to get back underway because the safety car is bound for the pit lane. So Adam Shepard controls the pace as he turns his way up to clearways. There you can see the safety car peels off, and Adam Shepard timed it perfectly there as he accelerates then through Clark Curve and onto the Brabham Straight, and he's made a good restart. He's already built up some of that margin once again to Luke Rosewell of 3/4 of a second as they get down towards Paddock Hill Bend. Fully on the limit is Shepard as he throws the car through Paddock Hill Bend. The car gets a bit sideways. He accelerates off the corner really well as well. Behind him, Matt Digby, was he defending there from Joe Jessup. He felt that he needed to take a slightly different line out of Paddock Hill Bend, I noticed. So down to Graham Hill Bend. Shepard trying to build this lead, but despite not getting away initially well, Luke Rosewell is going after him here as they turn onto the Cooper Straight and go through the first sector. There's nothing really that separated them through the first half of the lap here at Brands Hatch. So there's some more dust at paddocks. I'm not sure someone else has had a bit of an off-track excursion there, and I think they have, because the red flags have been called now, I'm afraid, and it's the Fletcher car that hasn't come through. Tristan Fletcher's not come through the first sector. He has now, so he's got back going. So he was one car off at paddock. A secondary car that was off was 85. Aaron Thornton hasn't come through the first sector, so that's brought a potential early close to this race. Oh yes, it's upside down, isn't it, that car at Paddock Hill Bend? So that's the car of 85, Aaron Thornton, which is a real shame for him. So this race hasn't really gone to plan, has it, I'm afraid to say. and with a tight timetable here at Brands Hatch, I'm not sure we will get a restart, but we'll see if there's any confirmation that comes from race control about what will happen next. But we certainly are under red flag conditions after that incident at Paddock Hill Bend. But it's Adam Shepard that was looking good there, trying to pull away from Luke Rosewell. But they haven't really had much time to battle each other here, have they? We've only really had 2 racing laps over the course of the race so far, which is very unusual. It's very unusual to have a safety car interruption, let alone a red flag in one of these races this season. So it's a real shame here. It's been an eventful day at Brands Hatch, not just with the Type R trophy, but there's been a number of red flags through the different sessions here over the course of the day, and this is another one to add to the list, which is rather disappointing for everyone. So we hope that Aaron Thornton there is okay after that off. There's Mark Dicken, and he's one of the drivers that have taken up this foundation programme. He's raced in the past, so didn't have to worry about getting his odds test, but he's got the car, he's got a full season of racing and some assistance as well, all for a set fee, and he's found that a really good way to be able to afford to go motor racing at this level with some really good cars that are based, of course, on the Honda Civic EP3. But he said they feel like a real race car, they feel like a mini touring car. They're really lively to drive, really exciting cars to race. And in a championship that is so competitive and administrated by the 750 Motor Club, who are the leaders in affordable motorsport in the UK, running over 20 categories nowadays, and in one of the most successful race clubs this season, with I think over 1,000 members. And there's been race meetings which have had 300 to 400 competitors over the course of just one race weekend. And it's a great way to go racing, whether it's here in the Type R Trophy or in another category. They really, if you've got any type of car that you own, the 750 Motor Club does have somewhere that you can race it in their vast amount of categories: single-seaters, saloon cars, sports prototypes, or endurance racing. It's all accounted for within the 750 Motor Club that run this Tegiwa Type R Trophy. You can see the marshals there trying to work out how to put the Aaron Thornton car onto its wheels, which I presume therefore means driver is out the car. And it's onto its side, and now it's onto its wheels again. Indeed, so driver's already team taken away. It'll probably be assessed by the doctors here, by the medical crew, just to make sure it's okay, but that's very much a precautionary thing that happens at these types of events. There's been a few cars that have gone over in the course of the Paddock Hill Bend gravel trap today, and rookie driver this season, Aaron Thornton, is another one to add to that list. And he certainly won't be the last here at Brands Hatch over the course of the 2021 season, I'm sure. So waiting for a decision to what happens next. Last we saw, the cars were still they've been sent back now, haven't they, to the pit lane. So I don't think we're going to get a restart, I'm afraid to say. So it's going to be win number 9, but not in quite the way he'd like for Adam Shepard. Second for Luke Rosewell, third for Jeff Humphreys, fourth for Matt Digby, fifth Joe Jessup, sixth was Jack Lees, seventh Mark Balmer, eighth Tate Taverner, ninth Mark Dicken, and 10th for Tristan Fletcher. You can see some cars have been taken the back lane to the pit lane, others have been brought home. So here are the results then in full. As we can say, win number 9 of the season for the champion Adam Shepard. Luke Rosewell gets his second place of the year, and that really confirms him, I think, as second place in the championship. Jeff Humphreys, he takes third, his first podium of the season finally for Jeff. It's coming right at the end of the season. Matt Digby, he takes fourth, and again that's his best result of the year. Joe Jessup fifth, so that's good in that battle for the championship he's having. He beat Jack Lees and Mark Balmer again. Tate Taverner took 8th, 9th for Mark Dicken, and 10th was Tristan Fletcher. Outside the top 10, in 11th place was Ash Moore, 12th Tim Necklin, 13th Kevin Condon, 14th Greg Thornton, 15th place for Martin Piccolo. Of course, Thornton will be taking out the results. Then we got Thomas, that's Jack Thomas, who beat Sam Dennis, as well as Matthew Duffel. and then Alan Gill and Chris Stone, and finally the last finisher was Warrick Ellis. So 20 cars got to the end, but 2 cars being the victim again of the Paddock Hill Bend gravel trap. So whether there's a chance that we'll be able to grab a word with the drivers here, or the top 3 will now be taken back to the paddock, we wait to see. But congratulations then to our podium finishers, Adam Shepard, to Luke Rosewell and to Jeff Humphreys. And doesn't look like we've got anybody yet down in Parc Fermé, although the cars are brought in there now. So if the drivers are there, I'll grab a word with our top 3 then for round 11 of the Tegiwa Type R Trophy, and we look forward to hopefully a much better race for these cars at the end of the day here at Brands Hatch.